Hello, quick video on my Air Arms S410 TDR. There's a thread on the airgun forums about takedown rifles in movies, and the discussion turned around to how long it takes to assemble and disassemble a takedown rifle. I've only got the Air Arms, so I haven't got any other takedown rifles, but I thought it'd be interesting just to time myself just to see how long it takes to assemble and disassemble this rifle. It comes in a nice carry case. I mean, it's quite discreet actually, because it looks like a rucksack. So you've got this carry handle, and on the back you've actually got two straps, so you can actually carry it like a rucksack, and people wouldn't know, you know, it doesn't look like a gum slip. So anyway, I've got my stopwatch ready. So there's the TDR in its case. As I say, I've got a stopwatch ready, so we'll take it apart and we'll have a look, see how long it takes. Let's put that there, hopefully it's in focus. Let's get rid of the lenses. So it comes in three parts. You've got the butt pad, you've got the mod, and you've got the main action and barrel and scope, and they just slot together. The mod has got a thumb turn screw here. The butt, when you screw it into the action, has got a knurled thumb turn screw here, and at the other end you've got three prongs. That's the tricky bit. When you hold in the main action in one hand and this in the other hand, you've got to line up these three prongs and get them in the hole. That's the bit, if it's going to take a bit of time, that's the bit that is going to slow things down. Right, so everything's in its case. So I'll start the stopwatch and we'll see how long it takes to put this together. Starting the stopwatch now. Okay, like I say, I'm not going to rush. I'll just do it at the normal speed that I would do it. So that's the mod on. That's literally the quickest bit. Then, like I say, this is the bit that can sometimes take a bit of time. You've got to line up the three prongs. No, that's gone in nice and easy. And then I lean it against my thigh, just so the action is pushing that way. And then you tighten up the knurled thumb turn screw, and it pulls the action and the butt stock together. And that's it. It's done. I'll stop the stopwatch. So that took 39 seconds without rushing. So I reckon if you were to really try hard and rush and had no problems whatsoever, you could do that in about 20-25 seconds. And what I'll do is I'll test fire. I did actually test fire this before I started, so I know that it's empty and there's not a pellet in it. But I've got a box of rags over here, so I'll cock the rifle. I've got a single shot loader on mine, so the rifle's now cocked, and I'm just going to fire it into this box of rags. Like I say, I know the gun's empty, but just in case. And there you go, the rifle fires. So you know, the rifle's operating. A fun fact, well, not fun fact, but a fact about the TDR is when you take the butt off, it actually lowers the power, because technically, I'm not sure if it's technically a pistol when you do that, but I know that it does actually lower the power. It says so in the instructions, and I think years ago, because I've had this gun about 7 or 8 years, I think many years ago I did actually chrono it, and I think it's about 5 foot-pounds without the butt on. So when you put the butt on, it obviously changes something and puts it back up. This gun's normally about 10-10.5. I don't run it at full power. 10-10.5 is fine for me. I only shoot it to about 30-35 metres down the range. But yeah, anyway, so that took 39 seconds to assemble. So what I'm now going to do is take it apart, and taking it apart normally is a bit quicker. So I'm expecting this to be about 20 seconds maybe. So again, I'll start the stopwatch. I'll re-zero the stopwatch, so we're back at 0. And then I'll disassemble it, and we'll see how long it takes to disassemble. So I'm going to start the stopwatch now. Okay, so take that off. And again, I'm not rushing, I'm just taking the normal amount of time that I would take. So you undo the knurled thumb screw, that's done. That goes back in the case, that goes back in the case, job done, stop it. So again, not rushing, that took 28 seconds. So again, I reckon if you were to rush, you could probably get that down to about 20 seconds. So it's really not that long at all. The thumb turn screw did come out of me moderator, but that, you know, again, that takes 2 seconds to put back in. And there you go, it's all back in its case. You do have these thick padded, what would you call them, arms that keep everything in place, so it doesn't move around once you've locked it all up. But yeah, there you go. So what was it, 38 seconds to put together, not rushing. So I reckon you could get that under 30 seconds, and 28 seconds to take apart. And again, I reckon you could get that down to about 20 seconds. So it really doesn't take that long at all, actually. But anyway, it's Sunday. I didn't have much to do, so I thought I'd film that just to show people how long it takes. Have a good Sunday. Cheers. Bye.